Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Part 12. It takes 2 or 3 on 10th of the astral moon, and we will start day. That's way better. My eyeballs were like super dry. Preserve the peepers. We must. We got an achievement called Case Closed. That's all it says. 20% of players have this achievement. Okay. Meli's back. Fasoa's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Meli and Malachite. I'm calling him Aura now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Meli, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. Now his name is Aura. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zofort, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks? I can see you've learned a thing or two from your first big mission. Aura taught me how to be more cunning. His scarf falls when he's annoyed. I did notice that. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Meli? I want something... something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious cases like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. So we probably want that purple sparkly one, huh? High intellect. Yeah, let's do Sparkling Nebula. So we're gonna do 3 points of int. And some points of charisma. Not that Meli needs charisma. Meli's the sweetest. Woo, sparkles, right? This is still my favorite drink that we've made. Ta-da! Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you! Let me try. Oh, this is good! I can already feel it. I'm gonna be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I am longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct. So, what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be back. So the unspoken heart. Spoken heart. Words. I'll get this drink name right. Nope, not this one. Yes, this one. I'll get the name right eventually. One day. Alright. Heavy on the charisma. With a little bit of defense so he can survive Meli. And a little bit of attack. He better not... Oh, wait. Here, drink one of these. I overpoured. He better not attack Meli. Whoops, I also poured the wrong drink. I'm tired today. Okay, there we go. That looks correct. Spoken heart, let's go. Ta-da! This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is that bad? Huh? No, silly. He likes it. Oh, they're really starting to get to know each other. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course! Then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. That think I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this, but I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty, and I'm glad you came with me. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Heh. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment, I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways, that's a bad secret. But now please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the dock, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched as it tried to sneak into a cargo ship. It behaved weird, undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling, so we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms, sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit weary of strangers. It also seemed to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. Meli. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, innkeeper. I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting! We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were lots of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And? Did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you served. Ta-da! That's very useful. We got the recipe for the Silent Owl. Oh, that's cool looking. That's very cool looking. Silent Owl. With the Silent Owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become the silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. It's real fancy. That's what I thought. Anyways, Aura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kind of had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change her mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble a quest for my patrons. Exactly! But right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Aura hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on top, under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room. Good call. He. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of these again. Huh? It's nothing, please continue. A wizard, a lizard, a two-headed sheep walk into a bar. I see, I get it. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dog from the docks. But now we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the weird wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble, or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done terrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, a little rascal! How did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer. So as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." Meli! Oh my god. I kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. I could say that was very brave of you, or that was kind of foolish thing to do. I'm gonna tell him he's brave. Don't know if I'd been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you didn't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to do. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such, also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmutated. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them. And that's why we are here. Case closed. Hi, Salem. Welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh my god. That emoji is so funny. I love it so much. How are you today? Meli did solve the case, huh? That's pretty impressive. And you figured that all out by yourself. Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just here to investigate, but that it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies, and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friend just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Vibin', zooted, that's good. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm having a good old time with this cozy talk. Thanks so much for asking. Obviously, none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did! All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals, but I think they got it eventually. So all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely! I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Hee, me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. That makes it sound like a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing with lots of familiars inside of it. He found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of Mini Dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. He might have enjoyed some company. I love Meli too. So thank you two very much. Oh my god, look at him! Obsessed. Oh my god. Oh, what a baby. I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. A floppy new friend. I love him. He's so cute. But it's nice to see how much you take care of your pet. My ADHD is going crazy right now, so I might be lurking on and off. That's fine. I totally appreciate you being here in any capacity, even if your ADHD has you doing other things. Alright, he's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh, that's why they get along! They both have dead parents! We should make jackets. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Dark! Meli's mortified. Oh no! I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. That new dragon is really distracting, actually. They are trauma bonding. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day. Before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was a pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives. Just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. I love these two. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. Plot twist, his parents burned the city to the ground. That would be quite the plot twist. Also plot twist, maybe Archie is the son of the noble that burned the village to the ground. That would be messed up. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Character information unlocked for Meli. Oh my gosh, I love Meli's icon. As is fitting for a young detective, she's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth leads her to attach to the people around her rather quickly. On a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon. Aw, I love Meli. And we can found our own guild, like a detective's guild. No. Character unlocked, information unlocked for Aura. I love that his name just keeps changing in the book. Alright, even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm, even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and murderous oaths were all he knew for a long time. Maybe they'll consider an alternate career in the future. A detective's assistant, for example. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fessoa. I'm sure of that. Ah, Hex is here. And a good mythical morning to you, innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it's also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. Hang on, I gotta hydrate. Gotta hydrate! Okay. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow mastery of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So, you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Fessoa, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Meli. Happy to make your acquaintance, Meli. I'm Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Ah. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant on the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Oh! and all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh, wow! But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Fessoa's best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great Detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Ha! You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? Of course not. I just happen to know a thing or two about the Primordial Sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Heh, you got me there. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without promising a magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. He's full of it, Shirley. He was very full of it. Leave it to me. So he's probably gonna want that sparkly purple intellect drink, I would imagine. Indeedly. Like he needs any more charisma. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 of these. Alright, Sparkling Nebula. Wow, Andu's glittery. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh, let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas. They're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Oh, then, can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles? I want to see that. I would maybe advise you two to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real big show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Aura, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf, you're missing out though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. They're gonna catch my inn on fire. Lynn's back, and she's taking a quest, and I just noticed she has a super adorable bow at the end of her braid. Innkeep. Lynn. This quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course. I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Diria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this greatsword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. You always like that, Innkeep? Depends on who's in the room. I made him blush. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes. Something. You know. I'm sorry, that new dragon is so distracting. I just heard it go and like sigh up there. It's so cute. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. We should just rename this drink the Aura. This is like his go-to drink. 1, 2, 3. Come on. There you go. 4. Aw, Andy's not all sparkly this time. Order up. Ta-da! Thanks. That's good enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Lynn? I'd like to know more about the chasmscape that's the path to Diria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me neither, actually. Really? Do you think I never leave the tavern? Awkward. Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Diria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last few days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Diria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Diria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? It's blowing bubbles? I missed it! It's blowing bubbles and I missed it? No! I was looking at Lynn. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what truly is going down in Diria. Timing might be important. Being swift and smart about it. I can't stop looking at it now. Evasion. That's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. Oh my god. Oh, what a baby. Oh, how cute. It is blowing bubbles. I'm gonna die. Oh, what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has that the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion, if you add something for the brains to it. Though I'll be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citrine, your weapon strikes will be blessed. Great against any bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen. Not that she would have needed it. Character information unlocked for Lynn. She inherited that huge greatsword from her grandma, whom Lynn lovingly calls Baba. Grandma must have been a true hero, devoted to both her strength and the dragons. Naturally, Lynn has a very high expectation of herself. Luckily, she allows herself some breaks every now and then. Well, that's good. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that give me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade the threat, being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Innkeeper? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Alright, so. We either want defense or brains. I kind of want to make the intellect drink with the evasion. Which one was the evasion? That's the feather, right? Yeah, haste. So let's do a feather. And then we want some brains and some charisma to go with that. Let's see. That would be this one. I love a sparkling nebula, so... Ooh, but that gives us haste. Let's see if we're gonna be able to make a sparkling nebula. Nope, nope. Something about the feather lowers intellect? Here, drink this. Man, some of these infusions are tricky. Okay. So, let me double check here again with our infusions. Yeah, so we get haste from the golden feather, but it lowers intellect, which we don't want. Do we get haste from anything else, though? We don't. Well, that's disappointing. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to do this, then. What other intellect drinks can we make? I'm doing math in my head and I'm not good at math, so we can try. Let's try Peak's Sunrise. I don't think we've ever made this. A sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may infused with the confidence and agility to make it climb to their favorite mountain range. Okay, let's see if we can do this, and then we want the feather infusion. So good. Okay, okay. We're getting there, and a little bit of that. And we've made Peak Sunrise. Okay, cool. That'll do. Ta-da! I do believe that is the first time we've made that drink. Let's let wits, wind, and some kind of words guide your way. Let's. Rhea's back. Where are you headed? Daria, some diplomat clown in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Aye, Innkeep. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Boggin' crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. What if I tell ye that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. It's simple. Could ye stop me? Do you want me to try? Oh no, the girls are fighting! I'd love you to. Come on now, just go together. Who asked ye? Exactly. Your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. If it comes to it. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploding ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. All the couples therapy needed today, right? You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows, so sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroads to Themis. We'll leave from there. Great! I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. I'm sure we've told her to take a nap before. You're a broodin' fella, aren't ye? This is just who I am. I've met fellas like ye before. You're all the same. Often you've got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Innkeep. Rhea. Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. That's because Kyle's an idiot. Leave my baby alone. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside? I just don't care that much. At least come up with a better lie. Or he could just stop asking. Ah, shit, Archie's here. Asking about what? Nothing? Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. That and Wanderlust are the reason I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Dyria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea's enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend. Rhea's face. Or his teacher. Don't forget Andy. Along with Lynn. Lynn's also going. That one. Oh, Carolyn. Phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn what my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me, and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. Character information unlocked for Archie. Turns out Archie is not only an avid reader, but also an aspiring author. To fulfill his dream and acquire more inspiration for his works, he's determined to go on a real quest. Good thing his childhood friend is in dire need of a brave adventurer to help him out. I will drown in that spray for that vamp. That's fair. That's valid. I understand. The wolf hate it. So sure thing. Come along, lad. I'll show ye some tricks. We might leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. I feel like Rhea likes idiots. Oh, how the turntables. Me going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it? Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I have to tell when I return, innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell. See you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. Just me and Aura now, huh? She does have a soft spot for the brainless. I understand. I relate. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There is one, but it involves a social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. I don't think he's the right fit for this job. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest. Replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? Why is he being extra snobby broody today? He does have a tramp stamp. I did see that. I do care. Don't. Bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with a story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. I don't think I'll be doing that. This is a social quest. This is about the banshee and the married whatever drowns people. Fable's here. Hiya, innkeeper. Hiya, Fable. Hiya, Mal. Hi. Yeah, never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. Is there still a quest, Aura? I see it's on me to answer. Aura is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Aura? John, Malachite, that guy. Oh, nice name. Oh, he blushing again. Thank you. But, if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes. So you should go on this quest. Together. Combine your individual strength to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. What if I ship the broody one with the bright one? Together. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. Oh, he's blushing again. I would trust Fable with dealing with relationship drama before I would trust Aura with it. It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned that there was one. He's not arguing. He's like still blushing too. It's simple. Baya is worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of their friendship with her. Baya is friends with the Mary Morgan? Best friends. So we need to talk to the Mary Morgan? And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Oh, he looks shooketh. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math-ish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those fey crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. That's adorable! Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I just remember how well being invisible served me last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Parent trap that shit? Then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe, Innkeeper, Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit it works a little bit differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Aura, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. No, you should definitely go. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Oh, Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home, so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry, so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right, Innkeeper. Can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent or charismatic and inspiring? I trust your expertise. That damn dragon. Let me think about it. They're working on solving a relationship problem, so like I feel like charisma is definitely the best bet. So we want high charisma with some inspiration. Let's do a honey flower. Or wait, they suggested something else, didn't they? I think honey flower would be best. Especially if we're doing charisma. Yes. Honey flower it is. Ta-da, and then drink with lots of charisma. We'll probably just go with the spoken heart again. Maybe. No, we might have to do the 1,000 winds because the honey flower gives us a little bit of haste. So let's try this. Yeah, we'll definitely have to go with this one. He said Thunder Sage. I'm not listening to him. She said Thunder Sage? I thought he said Thunder Sage. What does Thunder Sage do, actually? Let's look. It does give inspiration, but it gives intellect. Let's see if we have a charisma drink that gives intellect really quick. Here, Andrew, drink this. Actually, don't drink that. Drink this. We gotta find the right drink infusion combination. Alright. He's so groaning, that dragon. That dragon is so adorable. Okay, so Thunder Sage is plus intellect minus defense, and we want charisma. Let's see. So not this drink, because we don't want to lose defense. First snow, perhaps? Let's try a first snow with Thunder Sage then. That's not what I clicked on. My bad. Okay. Oh, it's this one. Okay, Sunny Breeze. Let's try a Sunny Breeze with... Which one is the sage? Is this sage? No. What's the picture look like? I guess this is it. Okay. Good deal. Pour, please. So we'll want 3 charisma, some haste, and that should be it. Yep, Sunny Breeze. Ding ding. Alright. We got it. These infusions make things difficult because I almost feel like I have to do math, and I'm bad at math. I think a direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you. Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be smarter to start with the one farther away. Work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good, but we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Okay, now kiss. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Sarah. If I must. You went on a quest with Meli, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? Bad. They're dead. Burned to death. I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. Oh, it doesn't sound fine. Fable, you're right. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First, I thought I was gonna die. Then I was sure I was never gonna step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room, frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. You're upsetting him, Fable. Look at that Punnum. He's pouting. Fable. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. And when I finally was brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the don't know which swear, who caused their death. Popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. was just a natural part of my journey. Following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. They're right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these two lovebirds back together, at least for now. He's blushing again. I ship it so hard. I think I need to go prepare for a treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. You mean dead? Whatever. Time to go. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run. Or hide. Or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best way I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Let's call it teamwork, then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a while longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. And it's nighttime again. Hey, Lynn's back. Morning. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Not much. I think your drink made me restless. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Rhea and I will be escorting some rich to Diria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, we'll be escorting some rich idiot to Diria. He's Archie's friend? I see, that's why he was so excited. Because his friend's leaving? Must really be craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together. He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? Yes, don't be a coward. Fine. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boosts shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen in your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna slay another guardian? Maybe. That would be intense, right? What kind would you like to fight this time? Not sure. I feel like I already met the one I was looking for. What could be a greater fight than slaying a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the Realm Keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that. You? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else, for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. Let's see, we can go with the first dragon and the origin of everything. Tuat, the great spirit dragon, or Leviathan, the serpent of the primordial sea. I think I would like to meet the first dragon and the origin of everything. There's just something fascinating about trying to understand the incomprehensible. They say their domain is covered in the roots of the ether tree. Laying eyes upon them supposedly reveals unspoken truths of the universe. Yeah, that sounds dope. Wonder what that'd do to you. Something fun, I'm sure. But I suspect your quest will have its merits even if you don't meet any of the realm keepers. That's true. I bet you and Rhea will have lots to talk about. And you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Meli loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a great sword of her own. So a regular-sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing. Guts and bravery or something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah, speaking of practice, you're going on a quest too, Elfie. I am. Aura and I are gonna fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that the Sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's gonna drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky as heck solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would ever have thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water, if he can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well, mostly I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out if you're looking. You taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe? I think you might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check on her. Or Hex! No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's his name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. And it will be waiting for you. On a completely different note, Lynn, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a little time to stick around. So you'd say you like it here? It's not too bad here. Thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. I ain't that air echo. I'll get her something from the market, or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love trying to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. Ha! Ha! No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you when you go? I mean, I could gather some ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. You should. You've got away with your family members. And the snails would love you. Have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but a fun chaotic mess? Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Character information unlocked for Fable. Fable has a hidden talent for being able to read other people extremely well. Despite their anxiety, they know what to say in serious situations and go out of their way to help people in need. Turns out a little bit of positive feedback and validation is enough motivation to chase their dreams of adventuring. I relate to Fable a lot. I find Fable quite the relatable character. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Carolyn, do you want to come with me? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dagon. Or bye. Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Lynn. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Looks like it's time to close up shop, feed Andu, and get ready for the next day.